Welcome to a new session. In this video, we are going to study representation of a set. In previous video, we already studied what is a set. A set is a well-defined collection of objects or elements. Now, we need to represent that set. So today, in this video, we are going to study representation of a set. Specifically, roster form or tabular form and set builder form. Before going to study the representation of a set, we are going to understand some points to remember for the representation of a set. First point is that the terms objects, elements and members of a set are synonymous terms that we can use interchangeably. Objects of a set, elements of a set or members of a set, and all these representations are having the same meaning. Now, the second point is that the sets are usually denoted by capital letters. So, a set is represented as A, or it can be represented as B, or it can be represented as C, or X, Y, Z, etc. So, we can represent a set by using capital letters. The third point we are going to study here is the element of a set are represented by small letters. That is, we can represent the elements or objects or members of a set by small letters like small a, small b, small c, small x, small y, z, etc. So we can use these letters, that is small letters, to represent elements of a set. So a set can be represented by capital letters, its elements are represented by small letters. Fourth point we are going to study here is the Greek symbol epsilon is used to denote the phrase belongs to. That means if I write A epsilon capital A, that reads as A belongs to capital A. What is the meaning of this writing? It means that A, that is small a, that is an element, belongs to the set capital A. Or we can say in other words, A is an element in the set capital A, or it is an object in the set capital A, or it is a member in the set capital A. So, A belongs to capital A. That means A is an element in the set capital A. The fifth point we are going to study here is that the symbol a crossover epsilon is used to denote the phrase does not belongs to. So, if I write like this, it reads as B does not belongs to A. What is the meaning of this? It means that the element B is not a member of the set A. So we studied 5 points to remember for the representation of a set. Now we are going to study the methods of representation of a set. The two methods to represent a set are roster form and set builder form. Roster form is also called tabular form. So we can represent a set in roster form or set builder form. Now we are going to study the first method, that is roster form, or it is also called tabular form of representation of a set. In roster form, all the elements of a set are listed. The elements are being separated by commas, and are enclosed within braces. Let us understand it with an example. And one example we already discussed in previous video is vowels in the English alphabet. What are the vowels in the English alphabet? We know it is A, E, I, O, U. So, we can represent in roster form by separating the elements with a comma and enclosed it within braces. This is the representation of this set in roster form. So we can represent a set in roster form or tabular form by listing the elements separated by comma and enclosed within braces. Let us consider another example. Another example we can say here is even natural numbers. What is a natural number? We already studied natural numbers are integers greater than 0. So, what are the even natural numbers? We know they are 2, 4, 6, 8 and they will continue up to infinity. So, we need to list out the elements and separate it with a comma and enclose that within braces. So, this is the representation and these dots represent that it will extend up to infinity or continues up to infinity. So, we can represent a set in roster form or tabular form like this. You have to remember 2 points while representing a set in roster form. They are 1. The order in which the elements are listed is immaterial. That is, if you are writing this set, that is vowels in English alphabet like this, E, I, U, O, A, then there is no difference between this representation and this representation. That is, the order in which the elements are listed is immaterial, doesn't have any importance. You can represent in different orders. They are having the same meaning. But remember, it should contain all the elements in the set. Second point we can note down here is elements in the set are not repeated. For an example, consider a set of letters forming the word moon. So, what are the elements in this set? We can easily write the elements are M, O and N. Look at O is coming twice in this word, but when we are writing the set of letters that forming the word moon, we are only writing O once. That is, in this representation, the elements of a set are not repeated. We only need to write that element once in that set. So, we studied roster form or tabular form of representation of a set. Let us study the second method, that is set builder form of representation. In set builder form, we are going to write that single common property that all the elements of a set possess, and also that is not possessed by any element outside the set. For an example, we are going to write the set of even natural numbers. So, the single common property that is possessed by the elements inside the set is that it is even natural number. So, we are going to represent this set. I know I can denote the set with a capital letter. So I denote here with a capital A. Second thing here is, whatever I have to write within braces. Now, put a variable small x or any other small letter, you can put it as a variable, and put a colon. After that, you have to write what is the single common property that possessed by the elements of this set and not possessed by any elements outside the set. Here, the single common property that is possessed by this set is that it is even natural number. So, I am writing x is an even natural number and close the bracket. So, I can write a set in this way. And this method of representing a set is set builder form method. Now, how it reads? It reads as the set of all x such that x is an even natural number. That is, the braces are read as the set of all, and the colon is read as such that. So, we can read it as set of all x such that x is an even natural number. So, this way we can represent a set, and it is the set builder form of representation. Now, can you represent a set of rational numbers by this method? Okay, we are going to do it here. That is set of rational numbers. We know it is represented as capital Q. Now, whatever we are going to write inside the braces, and we are denoting rational numbers as a variable x, put a colon, and we are going to write what is the single common property that is possessed by all elements in the set and not possessed by the elements outside the set. And here we know a rational number is a number that can be represented as P by Q, where P and Q are integers. Also we know Q is not equal to 0. We know integers are denoted with a Z. So, we are going to write this common property here, that is x, the variable, is equal to P by Q. Also, we know P and Q belongs to the set integers. So, we are going to write that is P comma Q belongs to the set integers. Now, the third and the last condition, that is Q is not equal to 0. Close the bracket, and you got the representation of set of rational numbers in set builder form. That is, it is set of all x such that x is equal to P by Q, where P, Q belongs to Z and Q is not equal to 0. So, we represent it in set builder form. We are going to represent set of irrational numbers also. We already studied in previous video that irrational numbers are numbers belongs to the real number but not rational numbers. So, we can represent it as capital T. We know irrational number is denoted as capital T. And that is equal to set of all x such that x belongs to R and x does not belongs to the set of rational numbers, that is Q. So, we represent set of irrational numbers in set builder form as set of all x such that X belongs to R and X does not belongs to Q. What is this? This is simply R minus Q. We know irrational numbers are all real numbers except rational numbers. So we can write like this. So in this video, we studied how to represent a set. There is two methods we studied here. They are first roster form or tabular form of representation and second set builder form of representation. Stay tuned with us for more videos. Keep learning.